two of those special atomic bombs hadn't gone off.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the Depo taillights. Yes, the LCI Depo taillights for my car. I'll be totally honest, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do these taillights, but the more that I saw my buddy's car that was an LCI, the more that I compared it to my taillights, I was like, okay, this is something that I have to do. So I went ahead and ordered them from Keys Motorsports. Brian, thank you very much for sending them out. So this is the box that they came in. Open them up. One of the outside lights is right there. This is mine, ignore that. I bought some double-sided tape just in case. It looks like these came with double-sided tape. And they have your instructions, and then the inside lights are right here. And yeah, pretty much good to go. Very well packaged. Came in about a week. All right, so I have nothing really else to say about this except I really want to install them, so we're just gonna run out to the garage and start the install process. There's a bunch of very informative videos on installations on the F30 for these taillights. I'll link Brian's down below so you guys can see it, but I will kind of fly through the process, do a little overview of it, and show you the difference of what I have now to these ones. A lot of you guys were commenting in my videos, you're like, you gotta do the Depo taillights, so I figured I'd listen to you, and I finally did it. I'm super excited to see them. So without further ado, let's get it out. All right, you guys. So here we obviously have the stock tail lights, pre-LCI, with the reverse light up here. All right, so here is everything that came in the box. We have the two lights for the right side, two lights for the left side, all of the wiring harnesses, and then ignore these. I actually went to Home Depot and bought this stuff because I wasn't quite sure if they were going to be supplying the double-sided tape and the pieces to splice the wires together, but it looks like they did. So you really don't need to buy anything. You can just buy the lights and then you're good to go. All right, you guys, so as far as tools that are needed for this, looks like we're gonna be using an 8mm socket, a 10mm socket, a T25 Torx, and a Phillips head screwdriver. So the first thing we're gonna do is pop out this emergency release tab right here. You just push in, pull down, and then there are two T25s right in the back of this. We're gonna go ahead and pop these out. So next we're going to be taking out these 8 little Phillips head screwdrivers that go all the way around the circumference of this cloth trunk piece. They're pretty easy to get out. You just start them and then you kind of have to do it lightly because they're not very heavy screws, and then you just pull them out. And they're basically these little plastic pieces, so when that screw goes in, it pushes this tab out and locks it into place. All right, so next we have to pop out these two little pillars, these plastic pillars. These are pretty simple. You just press on the sides and they should just pop. Then you guys, this whole piece will come out pretty simply. You just gotta kind of navigate it around these top tabs right here. Once you do that, it should just come right off. So I'd rather not die today. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the negative terminal on the battery. That's where the negative terminal is. It's right there. We just removed it from the battery. It's a 10mm. Just set a cloth under that so it doesn't hit a ground. All right, so we will go ahead and start with the right side. Basically, we're just gonna go ahead and take this plastic top off. And probably the best way to do that is to take a flathead. I'm gonna get this thing started. Just pull this little plastic screw. This is what we were unscrewing. Pull that out, and then this piece just comes right out. All right, so these two are gonna come out next. So two 10mm. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just pull this out. Basically the way it's held in is by this little rubber grommet right here. So it does take a little bit of force when removing it. Just wanna be careful to not scratch the paint or anything. So in the back, you just have this one plug right here. Comes right out. And there we go. First piece is out. It's pretty cool to look at the two side by side. So there's the old one and there's the new one. And look at how much cleaner the new one is. I mean, there's a lot going on in that old one. Whereas the other one just looks so clean. All right, so me being the OCD person that I am, we do have those new pieces that are coming on the LCI taillights that need to be 3M to the body. So I'm just gonna clean this up, make sure there's no grime in the way or dirt, so that adhesion will stick nice and good. So if we look on our new light, here's the new one. We have all this dangly jangly stuff hanging off. Basically these two boxes are going to be 3M down here in these pockets. We're gonna put one right like that, and then the other one like that. And then we'll just go ahead and make sure that nothing's gonna hit it. So this is the OEM wiring from the vehicle, and then this is our new adapter for the LCI. Make sure that's nice and secure. And then this piece is going to tuck pretty far down there. Just wanna make sure that it's out of the way. Just gonna put some pressure on that for a second. So it looks like the next one will be mounted right like that. Pop this right in the corner here. And we'll go ahead and tuck these wires down here just to get them out of the way. It's about as tucked as they'll get. All right, so we'll go ahead and put this back on. And then you just get it in place and give it a good little snug push, and you're good. Fitment looks really good. So now we have this piece back in, we'll just go ahead and take the two 10 mils, throw them back in. Lastly, we'll just go ahead and put that plastic piece that we pulled off that covers this back on. All right, for the next part, we're gonna pull out the trunk light, and there's just a 10 mil bolt in here. Go ahead and pop this clip out too. So basically the way that that worked is I just pushed up and then pulled towards me, and there's like these little clips on the side that you kind of need to disengage. All right, so we're gonna pop the new one in. I did go ahead and clean a bunch of the grime that was up top, just to make sure that it's a new clean contact. Same way we pulled it out, we're gonna pop it in. Slide in from this side. Kind of a pain in the butt to get in there, I'm not gonna lie. You basically have to start at the far side, put in that little clip, and then push it forward and it'll fall into place. So these are now 8 millimeters that Depot provided. All right, for the next part, we have another one of these wire harnesses, just like we did with the other light, and we're gonna go ahead and tuck these up here with 3M. The wire is nice and tucked away inside of the trunk, and then we're gonna go ahead and run this long green wire all the way down this pillar into the battery terminal area, and that's where we're going to be splicing this wire into the stock harness. Go ahead and start by plugging this plug into the new light. All right, so we got the two plugs in, this one right here, and then the one that goes into our stock harness. We're going to go ahead and take these. I'm going to put this 3M right here, and the other one up in the trunk and kind of tuck it away. Go ahead and hold that a little bit so the adhesion sticks. And then we'll take our next adapter. We're just gonna hide it. Tuck that back here. Brian will tell you that you need to hold this for about 30 seconds for the adhesion to actually fully function. I'm gonna go ahead and say 28 seconds. All right, so this is our long wire that is just hanging out of it. We don't really know what that's for. Well, I know what it's for, maybe you don't. We're gonna be running this down into the battery terminal area, and we're gonna be splicing this into the stock harness. So this allows the inner lights to function while the hazards and blinkers are on. So here's the wire. We're gonna end up zip tying it to this harness right here, and we're gonna run it down in this canal. I know it's tough to see. And this next part is gonna be really tough for me to film because it's so dark in here. But basically we're gonna be splicing into this harness, and there's a black and gray wire that we're gonna be splicing into. And I'm gonna go ahead and splice into it, and then I'll show you the wires when I'm finished. This is the green wire that we brought down from the trunk. And you'll see right here, right there, that red little connector is what we use to splice into the wire that is gonna allow that trunk light to be functional. Basically, there's two wires that come out of this loom down here that you need to tap into. One is black with white, and one is black with gray. The black with white is going to be your passenger side, and the black with gray will be your driver's side. So those are the two that you need to tap into. These are the tapping clips that I used, and Brian actually uses a better method. They're called Posi taps, but I couldn't get them in time from Amazon, so I just kept these. And the way it works is you put one wire in one side and you put your other wire in the other side, and you just clamp this down with the pliers and it taps into both wires. All right, so I have this side completely done. I'm gonna go ahead and do exactly what we just did to this side to the driver's side, and then I'll just do a time lapse of that, and then in the end, before we button everything up, I'm going to reconnect the battery and just make sure that the lights all work and everything's functional. Then we'll go ahead and button everything back up and we'll be good to go. So we have this one all buttoned up. We have the new trunk light in. So you're gonna see a lot of these wires are kind of hanging down. We're gonna fasten all that, we're gonna tuck it away. I'm gonna be using zip ties and electrical tape, and then I'm gonna obviously fasten this hanging wire to here. But this is the wire that we were talking about before that we have to splice down to there. So you're running the driver's side all along, and then you'll see these other ones are hanging down. We're gonna tuck those away. And then here's the other one we did before, so we're gonna run those together down there and here. And then you can see the two red boxes. That is where we spliced into the factory harness, and we should be good. I mean, we should be already set to go. So before you button everything back up, it's a good idea to put the battery back on and turn the car on, make sure that everything works. It just so happens that on my car, the wires are reversed. Now, for whatever reason that is, I don't know. Maybe it's just something from factory. My car's just different than Brian's. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But the black and white wire is actually my driver's side, and the black and gray is my passenger side. It was a simple fix. All I did was just take this connector and move it over to that side, and take that one and move it over to this side. Rather than like re-splice wires, I just flip-flop them. And now it works perfectly. So I'm gonna button everything back up and show you guys what it looks like. Yo! These look so much better. They're so much more bright than the old ones. Wow. Check them out, dude. So the fitment on these are perfect. Like, the fitment is absolutely OEM perfect. No gaps, nothing, dude. It's just perfectly flush. So I love how it kind of bubbles out on the new ones, on the new LCIs. Dude, look at how good these look. Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, but they make a huge difference. Yeah, dude. Wow. Dude, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at how much better these look. I didn't expect that much out of these. I knew that they would look a little bit better, like a little more clear, but these are way brighter and way more definitive. The LEDs look so good. Seriously, I'm done with the rear end. Like, the rear end's good. I have nothing else I want to add to the rear end of this car. That feels really good to say too, because put a lot of work into this back. Quick note, I just talked to Brian on the phone, and it looks like Depo gave him the wrong information. I failed to read the notes in the video, man, and in his video he did note that they're actually flip-flopped. So that explains it. So that's good to know. They're flip-flopped. Now you know. If you guys are interested in buying some from Keys Motorsports, I'll put a link down in the description so you can get your own. If you have an F30 without LCI tails, do it. Definitely do it. Now that I see them in person, I'm all about it. I'm on board with them. You guys, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And yo, also, thank you for everyone that ordered merch from my store. From the hours like 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., my phone was going off. So thank you guys so much for all those orders. The hoodies, they'll take a couple of weeks. All the decals, everything else, I'm sending them out on Monday. You guys are awesome, dude. I have the best subscribers, for real. Yo, effectively, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, hit that bell notification, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.